Hello and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be recommending BL dramas based on my watch list that were released between 2014 and 2019. Some years will have more series than others. My first recommendation is Lovesick, the series Season 1. Season 2 was released a year later, and it's even getting a remake that will be released this year. It's a high school drama, and the main couple Pun and No each have a girlfriend, but the two slowly falls in love with each other. It started when Pun asked No to pretend to be his boyfriend so his dad wouldn't set him up with another girl. No agreed in exchange that Pun helps him raise the budget for his music club. While watching this, as much as they looked good together, I think they should have broken up with their girlfriends first. The series is quite long and there are times when I just have to skip, but there are other side couples that you might like. Plus, the music in this series is really good. I don't even speak Thai, and yet when I watch this, I save the playlist and learn some of the lyrics. Serio dates a new person every Monday and breaks up with them on Sunday. One day, his senior Shino asks him to go out with him and he agrees. As the week comes to an end, the two guys starts developing feelings and wondering if it'll indeed end. Conflict arises when Shino learns he still keeps in contact with his ex, yet gets rid of the contact information for every other person he had a weekly relationship with. This makes Shino confused and upset because it could mean he'll also forget about him as well. Will they break up after a week, or will the two have a long-term relationship? This was Afghan's first series as a ship. Pick and Rome weren't official in this series, and even though they didn't get as much screen time as the main couple, I like them more. Plus, they look cute together. Pick and Rome's best friends are dating each other, so they see each other often, which slowly caused them to get closer romantically. However, Pick doesn't really accept himself yet for liking guys. Will Rome get his heart broken, or will Pick gain confidence in their love? This series is the epitome of enemies to lovers. Arthit is a third-year senior that abuses his power over the freshmen by doing hazing activities, but one of the freshmen named Kongpob stands up against him. Kongpob slowly realizes he has feelings for his senior, and there are times he expresses it and it's not reciprocated. But eventually, we see their animosity turn into a love story. This is many people's favorite bromance. Bailuyin's mother abandoned him and his father to remarry Guhai's father. The two step-brothers, unaware their parents are married to each other, grows closer. But Guhai liked Bailuyin before the feelings were reciprocated, and he even went so far as to kidnap him. They start dating towards the end of the show, but the series ends on a cliffhanger as it was cancelled. This has another Chinese remake that was also cancelled after season 1. It's getting a Thai remake, but there's controversy over the age difference of the lead actors. One of the lead in the Thai remake is 27 and the other is 16. I think they should do a recast and not air it because it's said to be released this year. I think this is one of the first BL that earlier fans watched. When I first watched this, it was so good, and the theme song was catchy as well. Weo has had a secret crush on Fana since high school, and they later attend the same university. They see each other regularly due to school activities because they are both moons. Weo had a makeover after high school and Fa does not recognize him. When someone else tries to pursue Weo, Fa sometimes gets jealous. We also discover that Fa is not as oblivious as he might seem. This is one of those series when you have to shout at the screen, telling the characters to open their eyes, because how can Fa be so dumb at times? My next recommendation is Sodas S, the series. I think I like this as much or maybe more than the first season. Arthit works at a company that Kongpob soon starts interning at without Arthit's knowledge, so he's surprised to see him. He keeps his distance from Kongpob and their relationship is a secret from those at work. And for the first time, we see Kongpob yielding, wanting Arthit to fight for their relationship instead, because it's usually the other way around. This follows the story of Tai Chi and Kohai. Tai Chi is very outgoing and loud. Kohai is distant from his peers because being deaf seems to cause misunderstanding between them. However, things are better when Tai Chi is around. Tai Chi takes his lecture notes, and in exchange he shares his lunch with him. The two grow closer than friends, but less than lovers. This is based on a manga, and there will be another remake called I Hear the Sunspot that will be released this year. Pick is still confused over his sexuality and feelings for Rome. Pick insists he doesn't have feelings for him, but he feels jealous when Rome is with Din, who is a peer that also shows interest in Rome. Will Pick accept himself for who he is? I love Pete Cow because they have so much chemistry. Tae and Nu did a great job at bringing their characters to life. Did someone say enemies to friends to enemies to lovers? When I was watching this series, I skipped to the Pete and Cow scenes. A 3-part compilation was uploaded by GMMTV, so you can just watch that if you'd like. I also liked watching the scenes with the friend group at times because they're hilarious. Anyway, Pete likes Cow, but the latter has or had a girlfriend. Later, Cow started to get jealous when Pete starts avoiding him and gets closer to Sun. He then expresses his feelings. However, it was somewhat challenging for Pete to trust him. Additionally, they chose to hide their relationship from their friends. Pete is a rich and shy university student who was being blackmailed for being gay. One day, a minor accident caused him to meet A. He's kind, and unlike the other guys Pete knows that used him for his money. Since the accident, A started to look after Pete to make sure he's alright and that no one bothers him. They get closer over time, but Pete doesn't want A to experience the things he did for being gay, so even when A makes his feelings known, Pete pushes him away. Will A give up, or will Pete overcome his insecurities? Kazumi is a university student, and one day, he causes a bicycle accident. The accident causes novelist Kijima to break his right arm. Kazumi doesn't have insurance or money to pay Kijima for his injury. Therefore, Kijima asks Kazumi to transcribe a story he is writing. Kazumi quickly discovers that he's a pornographer and that he was being played. There are multiple parts to this drama. The Novelist is the first one, followed by Mood Indigo, The Pornographer Spring Life, The Pornographer Playback, and lastly, Continued Spring Life. I'll now be recommending 2019 BL dramas, which is around the time when the productions and budget started to get better. Theory of Love was one of my favorite series of 2019. You're gonna feel like you're on cloud 9 for about 20% of the show and a roller coaster for the other 80%. I know it sounds depressing, but it all works out in the end. Third is a film major at his university, and he's been in love with his best friend named Kai for 3 years. He keeps it a secret and is constantly heartbroken because Kai is a playboy and he has to see him with a new girlfriend like every week. Kai discovers that Third likes him and comes up with a plan that backfires. Even though it's hard for Third to stop loving him, he tries to keep a distance between them. Will Third get over him, and will Kai stop being a player? Ofgun's acting was great in this drama, and we all know Gun's gonna deliver when it comes to crying. This is a continuation of Pete Cow's love story. While their relationship has grown stronger, Pete is still not out to his mother and they are still keeping it a secret from their friends. More conflict arises in their relationship when Pete's mother suggests he tutors Non, who is her boss's son. Non likes Pete and does not hesitate to show it, so it makes Cow angry. Not to mention Cow has a short temper and Non knows how to push all the right buttons. What will come of their relationship now that there's someone trying to get in between them? We also get another couple, Sun and Mork. I really like them as well because they seem to balance each other out. Until We Meet Again was heartbreaking and you might cry a lot, but it has a happy ending. 30 years ago, Korn and In Touch were university students. In Touch did not fear entering Korn's life despite that his father was a crime boss. At first, Korn pushed him away, but he eventually gave in due to his persistence. Their love was forbidden by their families, and homosexuality was more unacceptable during that time. Due to this, their story ended tragically. The red thread brought them together as they are reincarnated as Dean and Farm. They have nightmares about their past lives, and they try to find the truth behind it. There is also a side couple, and I think I like them more. I will advise that if you haven't watched Tharntype and you plan to watch it, don't judge a book by its cover because some of the characters aren't as they seem. Type hates gay people because he was abused by a man in his childhood. Things take a turn for the worse for Type as he learns that his new roommate is gay. It infuriates him and he wants Tharn to leave the dorm, but Tharn won't yield. Despite their differences, they start to learn more about each other and they end up falling in love. But it isn't without conflicts. Trap tells the story of a police officer named Xiao Fei who becomes trapped in the underworld as he develops feelings for a gang leader named Tang Yi. Their mentors died for years ago and they are separately trying to uncover who was behind it. Xiao Fei spends most of his time investigating Tang Yi because he's building a case against him. Their relationship changed from a cat and mouse situation to a romantic one. We get another couple in this drama, and they are more entertaining to watch at times. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching.